promise you that shit.
Listen to the words. Wake on up
Garbage,
now.
a joke, clown acts, pisses me off.
No.
Come find
No.
me.
10:30
No.
session.
No.
No.
Come find me.
Listen to the words.
Come find me.
I see you trick.
Garbage, a joke, clown acts, pisses me off.
I ain't a hard guy to find. I promise you that shit.
Promise you that shit. Listen to the words.
Garbage, a joke, clown acts, pisses me off.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Thursday morning. We're over live on Patreon. For the Patreon-only audience over there, patreon.com/Brooks Austin. Link in the bio. If you're catching us on YouTube, I've decided, look, we're going to give you basically like a free prospect of the day over on YouTube, kind of show you what it looks like, kind of show you what it, kind of seems like, or what we do over on the Patreon audience, or for the Patreon audience, rather, when it comes to film study. So today we're going to take a look at a 2023 current commit, Marcus Washington Jr., actually a legacy at the University of Georgia. Dad played with Kirby and at the University of Georgia in the late 90s. So we're going to be taking a look at him, his sophomore tape from last year. Going to get a look at the junior tape when he puts it together eventually. But we'll take a look at him for you guys over on YouTube. And for the rest of the audience, we'll be taking a look at about, I don't know, I got 4 pages of notes. It'll probably be split into 2 different film studies for the young guys. Look, Georgia had a lot of blowouts this year. I think they won, had a points per game margin at one point before the SEC championship game. By, I think it was like 30 points. They were beating teams by like 31 points per game. So on average, so you had a lot of blowouts, which means you had a lot of opportunities for guys to get reps, young guys particularly, guys that are going to need to step up this year, this coming up year in 2022 for this defense particularly, which is what we're going to watch today over on Patreon, for this defense to maintain or at least play up to the standards or close to the standards that they put on tape last year on their way to a national title. So again, if you're catching us on YouTube, you're only going to get Marcus Washington Jr. If you like what we give you, we're going to give you 100% effort on it. If you like it, head over to patreon.com/Brooks Austin, and you can get actual player analysis over there. Appreciate you guys for joining us. Let's holler at this tape right meow. All right. Normally I say let's grind this tape. Today I said let's holler at it. It's a little bit different for you guys. All right, so we're going to get some special teams action, I would imagine. Yep, there he is as a returner. This is a juicy athlete. I already told you he's got a dad that played SEC ball, so there's some lineage here, and he tested really, really well this last offseason. It's part of the reason why he got an offer and a committable offer from the University of Georgia as early as he did. This is a 4-4 guy, okay? A 4-4 guy and a striker, apparently. I love to see that as well. Don't just want to see you cover, right? I want to see you cover, but I also want to know, like, hey, when you're on a high school field, are you an alpha? Like, are you a dude? Are you a guy that's going to go out here and strike when you're playing center field safety for your high school football team, knowing good and damn well you're going to play corner in college? Like, that's valuable to me. I love to see that from a young player. Again, all these special teams reps, I don't know how many of these guys actually come to college and play special teams. For me, I'm judging fluidity, which is there. I'm judging explosiveness, which is there. I'm judging top end speed, which is there, right? All of those things play at corner, okay? All those things play at safety. Whatever it is that he's going to play, I think he ends up playing corner, depending on how big he gets, though, because, again, I did tell you, this is an NFL lineage, or at least an SEC lineage when it comes to his father. So, there's a lot of juice here, and I'm judging all of those things and taking a look at all those things as we see on special teams reps, which, again, I don't know how much special teams this guy's going to play as a returner when he gets to college. But you see the long speed, all those things are valuable as a corner. Can you flip your hips and run? The most important part of that is flipping the hips, but it don't matter if you can't run, right? This is an exact look at it right here. You're in press man, okay? Turn, run with the receiver, and it's easy speed. This receiver never gets on top of him. He's never panicked or threatened by the vertical or verticality of the potential for this route. He knows he's going to be on top of it, okay? He ain't never going to run past you because you got all the juice in the world when it comes to speed. Impact the ball. Yes, you do. Natural hands. Love to see that. Okay. Caught it away from his body, not a body catcher, which means natural hands, right? That's what we're looking for as an evaluator, as a talent scout. How well do you track it? How well do you pick it, right? Tracking it is being able to get your head around. Picking it's pulling it out of the air. How well do you do those two things? He's going to do a lot of this in college, man. A lot of this. Cover three, right? Stay outside leverage, keep outside leverage, butt and hips to the sideline, right? Chest and eyes to the quarterback, okay? Carrying vertical with whoever presses, okay? But we have to maintain outside leverage. And then once the ball is thrown inside, okay, fight through the receiver with our length and dislodge the football. That's it. That's it right there. And here you see the cover two sink technique as he's laying out for you. He's letting you know that he was in cover two down here on the bottom. Okay. This is a reactionary play. He sees a whole bunch of things getting pushed vertically. So he's going to push vertically. There's no need to sit on anything underneath me because there's nothing underneath me. So I'm going to keep sinking, right? Cover two sink technique. I'm going to keep sinking into what would be a quarters technique because my safety's not near deep enough. Okay, so now I'm going to carry the quarter of the field that he should have been responsible for when I had curl flat. But there's nobody in the curl flat, so I'm going to carry and then high point the football and impact the play. It's big time stuff. Big time play on that, but also like a big time awareness of how to label your stuff, right? Young players, if you're watching this right now, that's how you label your stuff. That's how you should label your stuff. So if we can't see you, if you're lost, that clip, he was lost out of the frame. See some stuff of him on offense. Again, just showing the fluidity of the athlete. Those are important. All right, bump and run down on the goal line. Do you snap your head around? I should have known already you do. Yes, sir. That's going to be an OPI, believe it or not, based on the fact that it was indeed in the highlight clips. Yeah, you're not calling DPI right there when his head's turned around and he's got no hands on the receiver. A good job fighting through the point of reception, right? Same concept here. Love the way this young man snaps his head around. Looks really, really calm, right? Hand on the hip, snap the head around. Hand on the hip, right there. Boom, snap the head around, get the ball up. Is this him playing Q? Got to get just slightly tighter footage if we could. Oh, yeah. Add in on that run game. Again, look, I'm not asking you to come be a thumper, but in high school, you best be an alpha. You best come down and strike. That's what I'm talking about. Wham. Yes, sir. Here we go. Some more defense clips. Come downhill. Let's see what he does. Set the edge, track the near hip. Yes. Strike. Now, here's what I will tell you. You will not be able to play with that pad level in college. Okay. We need to be biting the far side knee. Okay. We need to be biting the kneecap, not necessarily head-on-head collisions with anybody moving forward. But I love the aggression. I do. You know, sometimes I worry about some prospects where guys are like, well, you know, if he gets too big, you'll just transition him to safety. Some guys don't ever want that smoke. Some guys don't want to thump like safeties. You know, even if they do get too big to play the corner position, they'll just keep playing the corner position even if they're too big and just not be as good. But if they get too big and they strike like this and they're physical like this, then I know I at least have an option to transition them into a safety role or maybe closer to the box. He will always be a factor in the screen game if you're trying to screen to him. He's always going to be long. See what I mean? Here they're trying to come back down on a screen on him here again, or a speed option, and he's coming downhill. He's going to come downhill, unzip his feet, and tackle with good technique. He's a really, really good, well-balanced football player all around. And the most important thing for a position and a school like Georgia, when I say a position like corner and a school like Georgia, this is what I mean. 6'1 plus, going to project to 190 plus, 4-4 or sub. That's what it is. I mean, if you're going to be a quote unquote committable guy and you play corner and you want to go to the University of Georgia as your sophomore, okay, sophomore heading into your junior season, which is what Marcus Washington Jr. did. Be 6'1 plus or 6 foot plus, project to be 190 plus, and project to be a 4-4 guy. He was out running 4.47 at every summer camp he went to this year. Committable offers, dubs, come play for the University of Georgia. You know, it's as simple as that. And subsequently, you go from a 3-star recruit, somebody nobody really heard about except for the University of Georgia, to being now, I think he's consensus top 100 on every board. It's funny how that happens, isn't it? It's funny how that happens, isn't it? All right. Again, if you caught us on YouTube, you caught us on delay upon upload. I hope you enjoyed Marcus Washington Jr.'s film. If you want to, we're about to get really, really heavy and in-depth on the X's and O's over on patreon.com. The link is in the bio. One shouts, forgot to do it on the top. One shouts to Gramco right here, our keynote sponsor, our partners in life right about now. Gramco.com. That is the Gramco.com. Link is in the bio as well. Hey, most premier, premium Delta 8 stuff on the market. They got CBD products as well. I like the Wake and Bake coffee personally. I'm a fan of the gummies at the end of the day to help me unwind. I got things like the CBD or the Delta 8 disposable vapes, things like that are all around the studio up here because the boys and girls at Gramco take care of us. So take care of them. Support those who support us. TheGramco.com. Promo code Brooks25 will get you 25% off over there as you shop. All right, boys and girls, let's get those YouTube folks out of here and let's talk to our Patreon audience.